collectors in disguise. Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus, collectors in disguise. Children of Primus. Children of Primus.
Yeah, I love the fade out.
Primus.
Here, I'm just making notes.
Children of Primus.
I did like the way you just walked in like a sitcom entrance. Oh, never mind. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Children. Oh, someone died.
I gotta.
No, we're all here. We're alive.
Oh no!
I'm making notes on what bots are being sent where.
Oh, okay. Well, Sea Spray is having a collection fit there, or but one or the other.
Something's happening with Sea Spray. And Mario's in the comments says, hello again, guys. And Impactor says, I would also like to lay my claim to the random sword.
I would like to find out where it's from first, which again I can eventually do.
You know, I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Orlani, Spin, and Anthony, y'all are in the same area. So, like, if I send it all to Anthony, he can get it to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I scouts on her.
Send it to me. Send it to me instead of Anthony.
Because see, you're on the other side of the city. Anthony and I we're close. We're a lot closer.
Wait, but look where I work.
I'm just saying it's going to be like $75 to ship 3 times, or I could send one for $25.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Michael Orlotti at you know where.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. Children of Primus. Collectors in disguise.
Instead of face palming, you're making sea spray.
You gotta talk a little louder, my friend. He's low. What happened to his face?
It's a face palm, but like with a panel.
And like, Adam, you'd need to send me your address on Messenger.
Yeah, and if you want, you can send him my to my address, and then I'll send it to him.
Yeah, true. You know what? I have moved since I really prominently and publicly moved since you last sent me a box. So I would need to update my address anyway.
Whoa, yeah.
So you see, that's why it makes more sense to send it to me.
Now, see. You got one thing. I have several things, as does Spin, so it would be a more efficient thing to send it all my way, and then I can send the one thing off to you. Or you can come get it, whichever.
Impactor says, the ghost of Sea Spray, the faceless one.
No capiche English. Well, I got to reveal stuff later on.
Oh, I'm interested in seeing. I already showed off all mine.
I've got something to show off, but it's not Transformers related. It's something that me and my son worked on this week.
Oh,
very nice.
That in and of itself is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But first, I'll be back because I need my caffeine freak.
All right.
Yes, I said freak.
I can do mine. I can do mine real quick. Now that I've got all those moved, I can clear off my desk to where I can get to my keyboard, and my mouse. What is this? What? Oh, I see what crashed. Micro Machines.
Well, at least it was those, because those are able to survive crashing.
Yeah.
I'm having a brain fart. I'm trying to remember when you ship stuff. You have like the name on the first line, then the street address, then the city and state, and the zip code.
Just throw in as much info as you can.
Yep. And Toy Warp says, remember everyone in the comments, give the video a like and help support the channel.
Yeah. Just in case anybody in the comments asks me for the umpteenth time. No, I have not read the new Skybound issues. I was like, I'm gonna have those read by the next stream, thinking the next stream was next week.
Children of Primus.
I've been keeping up with the Cyber
I'm
World
singing
TV
in
show,
the
that's it.
background, guys.
It could be worse. I'm as
Right.
like on Spawn Comics. I read a little bit into when he's opened it up beyond just the main Spawn book, and there's like 3 or 4 main series, and that was around issue 300. It's close to 400 now, so I got a couple.
Oh, talk about an archive panic.
Oh,
And some of those books are in like 50 issues now.
I'm just like, oh, I read up to Transformers 23, and like I think they're on like 26 now. I'm like, whatever, I'll get there pretty quickly when I
Are
actually
you
sit
talking
down.
about Homer's
I
comic
wish
books?
I had that little
Yeah,
read.
from Skybound Publishing, as written first by Daniel Warren Johnson and now by Robert Kirkman.
And which one you're waiting for?
Oh, I picked them all up. I just have to read them. The last issue I read was 23.
Oh, but we're at 26.
Ooh. Yeah, probably.
sounds like everyone's mics are cutting out.
What about me?
Hello?
Am I all right?
No, you're
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Are you talking about this one, sir?
Most likely, yes. What does it say? Is it number 26? Yep, then.
Or wait a
That
minute.
is the
Wait a
most
minute.
recent
Well,
one.
hold on. Are you talking about this one?
Is that also the cover of 26?
These bitches are angry, man. That's all I gotta say.
Easy there, Ironhide.
Hey, there's a civil war happening. But wait, hold on. Are you talking about this?
Wait, there's more.
There's more.
Is that also 26?
That's also number 26.
My God. So you're getting like all these variant covers and stuff. I just tell, listen, I've been going to that local comic shop for years. I just tell the guy, I'm like, listen, I don't care which cover I get. I'm just going to read the story. Just give me whichever one you want from your thing.
Yeah, but you know what? They're all cool covers. But wait, I still
That's
got
true.
one more.
Oh my
One
God.
more.
Oh,
No, but this one's a little different. I would never thought I would ever see something like this, but here we go.
oh,
Nice.
that is nice.
Oh, I'm sure they've teamed up before.
No, they haven't.
Whenever there's a bigger, they sort of teamed up in the movie. It's just he was a snake person at the time.
No, that was him in Roblox.
You know, for a minute there when you said something you never thought you'd collect, and I was waiting for you to pull up like a Transformers and Barbie like collaboration. Or sorry, Transformers and My Little Pony.
And you know what?
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet. That's an easy
It
layout.
There's an
has.
Optimus Prime pony.
It has
Oh, I know, but I
happened.
mean like a proper transforming one.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Well, ponies don't transform. Ponies don't even move. Some of them twist their head.
Well, good,
I
then
have a
they don't
friend
have
of
to
mine
worry
that-
about
I have a friend of
making the
mine
outward
that's a brony.
articulated.
Do you know what a brony is?
Yes, I was alive in
Those are the guys
2014.
the men that collect My Little Pony. I have a friend of mine that has like every one of them.
Oh wow.
And as soon as they released the Optimus Prime one, he was like, I finally found one that you could have. And I was like, nah, I'm good, bro.
I appreciate the sentiment,
If you
but
gifted it to me, it would go up on this shelf. It will go up on this shelf.
I'm
But
gonna drink my coffee, and I'm not gonna make a comment.
no, so a little backstory about this picture before you bring it up. So I have a very large circle of friends. We're big gamers, D&D, Magic the Gathering, Mech Warrior, Battletech, everything. And one of my friends has a large house, and in his basement he had just a ping pong table. And that's what we gamed on for like the last 15, 20 years. The table broke last year. It's 15-year-old MDF ping pong table. You know, it's like half-inch thick. You know, I'm surprised it hasn't broke before now, but it broke. Today we delivered the finished product, but me and my son built this week.
oh nice.
Ooh, that does look pretty.
That's the framework underneath it. I was trying to click it up there on this screen.
Beautiful.
This is when we took these solid core oak doors that I pulled out of a building and made the top, sanded it, and this next picture is it installed in his house. And that thing is 5 foot wide by 9 foot 8 long.
Oh,
Judging by the amount of work you put into this stuff, I fully expect that thing can deflect bullets.
It's solid.
Yeah.
It's stout. The whole thing weighs around 320 pounds.
okay. That is solid.
And
hope you had
I'm so
somebody
glad that
help you lift that in
the
there.
top is actually 3 pieces that they clip together. and then it gets fastened down to that framework from the first picture.
Nice.
If you can see in this picture along this rail right here, there's a saw cut that's a 1/4 inch deep,
I see it.
and the top sits down into that, and then it has flanges that go in that lock it into that frame. And all these joints are screwed and glued. These legs, to give you an example of the size, these legs are 5.5 inches wide each direction.
Oh.
At the base and at the top.
Okay.
The rails are cut into them, so the rails are actually sitting on top of the full strength of it. You could land an aircraft carrier on this thing; it ain't going nowhere.
Nice.
You could put a USS flag on that.
Why was I thinking
yes.
that?
And this is not like a regular solid core door. These are actual single style oak runners through these doors. These are old doors. These things are solid.
So this thing's
See,
gonna
all
last for
those-
another
those-
150 years.
Oh yeah, yeah. It ain't going nowhere.
Nice.
And this took 3 days of sanding and stripping.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
And
imagine
then-
how many transformers you could fit on that table. That's how my brain works.
Yeah, we had to tear we had to take the trim off the door. We had to take the garage door rail off to get it to swing into the doorway to go down into the basement. And then we got halfway down the basement and realized we're going to have to take this handrail off, and took it all back out, took the handrail off of it, and then brought it all back down again.
We're just gonna disassemble your house and rebuild it because that's the easiest way to do this.
And that's what he kept telling his wife. He's like, honey, it's a big ass table. We got to let him do it. I was like, I can put it back. I can put everything back. Don't freak out.
I will put it
freak
back
out.
better than it was.
You know, those are those basements you go in and it's like when you see like the appliance and furnitures, but then you see the door and I'm like, so you had the stuff in here and then you built around you built the basement around the furniture because this stuff is never coming back out of this basement.
And that's what he told his wife. He said, if we ever decide to sell the house, this is going to be part of the appraisal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I moved, one of my couches was like that. We were like, we barely got it in, and we're like, we ain't getting that out again.
To get my son's couch at his house, whenever he bought the house, he doesn't have any handicap doors in his house, which makes it illegal. So it does now. But whenever we were moving in, we couldn't get his couch in the house. We had to take the front windows out of the house
So
to get the
who's
couch in.
screaming pivot?
What?
So who's yelling pivot? Pivot?
Pivot.
You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
ever watch
Square.
Friends?
reference.
Turn
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
Turn it.
That's it.
Yeah, no matter which direction we went, it was the couch was 8 foot tall, so it wouldn't go through the door this way and walk through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 35 inches on the back, 35 inches on the front. And even at a diamond, the legs hit the door frame. And they're non-removable. It's built into the framework. And he's like, I got to get this in here. And I went around and I looked at the front window, the bay window, and I went, give me 10 minutes. What are you doing? I'm taking this window apart.
That's it.
That's amazing. It really is. Like your large circle of friends should be very happy that you were able to do something like that for them, and you can see the pride and joy, in that work. So, kudos to you, Magnus, for doing something like that, and that's awesome.
Well, we have a lot of gatherings over at his place. It's not just for gaming. They have what they call the Misfits, or I'm sorry, they call it the Chinese Thanksgiving. Chinese Thanksgiving is for people that don't have family in the immediate area. And so our gaming group is another family. And so we have just a potluck there. And I smoke
heard that
turkey
called
for it every
Friendsgiving.
year. Yeah, we have another one that does Friendsgiving.
Oh, there you go. So the name was taken.
Yeah, they do Friendsgiving, but yeah, we go through like 4 Thanksgivings over next weekend.
That's awesome. But
Oh,
that
boy.
really is. You don't
lot
see
of
that
turkey.
as I know, but you don't really get to see awesome stories like that, right? So good for you, Magnus.
Every spring, I don't do it anymore. Well, we still have the party. When my kids were younger, it was an Easter party,
Hmm?
and it was on the Saturday of Easter weekend. And everybody would come over, and we make 30 gallons of burgoo, and we have an egg hunt, and we have little competitions for kids to make stuff with Play-Doh and clay, and we have big egg hunt, usually about 400 eggs, but we'd had like 10 to 14 kids there.
Hmm.
So we have age groups, have good time with it. And as now we don't have but like 2 kids, so now
Yeah.
we just have a big spring party on the same day. It's still the Saturday before Easter, and if those kids come over, they just get a big Easter basket.
Nice. Nice.
So you know what? That's the beauty of living in in a smaller town where you're able to get together with your neighbors like that. When you live more towards the city, it's always like gotta go, and tired and want to sleep. And yeah, you get together with some family members, have your turkey or food or whatever, or talk about Transformers. But you know, that's awesome that you guys are able to do stuff like that. That's fantastic.
Well, you know
I,
what? I was gonna
a
say.
few years ago,
Actually, go ahead,
go ahead.
Magnus.
Okay, a few years ago, and when I say few, I mean like 10.
Hmm?
Back when my kids were still small, we were all sitting out underneath the carport. We're stirring the soup, this 30-gallon kettle of burgoo, and we're just passing a couple of different bottles of liquor around, having a nip off of them. And a buddy of mine pulls up to drop his kids off, and he's got a friend of his in the truck with him.
Right.
Now, this friend has never been out of Atlanta. So this is blowing his mind.
Sure it is.
That we're all standing out here stirring this big kettle, like that. The kids are all running around having a good time, like that. We're passing a bottle of Jim Beam and a bottle of Angel's Envy around, and me and my best friend Jamie, who we've known each other since we were sperm. So we're sitting there talking, and I'd start a story and Jamie would finish it. And Jamie would start a story and I would finish it. And this guy's, he's listening and everything. He's taking a few drinks and he goes, so you guys brothers? Oh yeah. Now Jamie is like 6'4", blonde-headed, blue-eyed, looks like he came off the set of Vikings. And I'm me, like that. And I looked at him and I go, he's my fucking.
Like you look like an actual Viking.
Yeah, but I said, he's my fucking husband. Like that, and his eyes got this big around. He's like, oh, I didn't mean anything like that. I didn't. And we let this go for the whole day. The whole day. And still
Stop
to this
it.
day, if somebody's talking to Jamie about me or they're talking to me about Jamie, they're like, so your husband? Like, and nobody bats an eye at it. Everybody just, yeah, that's Bill's husband. That's Jamie's husband.
Everybody instinctively understood and got in on it.
Yeah. Jamie's actual wife will text me and she's like, our husband wants to do this weekend. Can we do this?
That's awesome.
Mhm.
That is awesome. And you know what? And that's kind of one of the reasons, Spin and I, we kind of started this whole podcast or video, YouTube thing, whatever the crap you call this shit, right? So,
Live stream.
yeah, there
Live
it is,
streaming.
live stream, right? Like, so we can kind of connect and get together and just talk nonsense, right? Unfortunately, I can't pass any bottles to you guys, but I'm gonna have a cup of Joe.
It's okay. Well, speaking of which, I got some presents for you from our trip. But to tie into what you said with the big city, Toronto, fortunately, there are some parts where, because it's kind of an amalgamation of smaller cities, so there are certain areas where they still retain that old city feel, where it's like when it comes to Easter or Christmas, like everyone on the street, especially if like all the parents kind of talk to each other, they'll all kind of connect with each other, and it's like, okay, all the parents are in on something, and kind of hold that. Because I mean, there's other parts of the city where nobody talks to their neighbors, and like you don't see anyone walking, and it's just this cold element. But there are some where it's like they held on to just how it was as we were growing up.
Did you go to the Christmas parade today?
Jamie,
Not me. My children are too old for that now.
This is like what one block.
My
in
niece and nephew went to it.
This is what
Oh.
one block.
Oh, Sedum's trying to say something, but we can't really hear him.
So
Sedum, you're very
Sedum,
quiet.
we've
like,
got
talk to like
Talk into the mic. Talk to me. Talk
to,
into
like,
the mic.
20 people in Richmond, Virginia, just on one block alone. Whereas
There's
Dayton,
20
Ohio,
people on your
you
block?
You see 2 people on 10 blocks because everything's so spread out. So the type of city, if you're in like an old school, like old European colonial city, like Richmond, Virginia, the East Coast, or European cities, that's a lot different than, let's say, like California and Washington, and even something like New York. You can get the sociability in some cities.
this is Jamie. This is my husband.
Yeah, you definitely guys look alike.
Spectacular beard.
This is his son.
You know, I seen him in the video.
Yeah, and then
Very.
this is Pete. This was the one that was Optimus Prime, and his wife Liz was one of Amanda's bridesmaids.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody in this picture, other than his son, who was there, was in the wedding.
Cool. Now, let me catch up on the comments because there's been a whole bunch of comments going on here. And,
Yeah, I wanted to comment on the comments, but I was like, no, I'll wait for them to come up.
Yep. So, Impactor, kind of tying with her a lot. He says, I'm up to date on the comics and I have
Do
all
you
the
have
first.
them, or have you read them? Because I have them. I just haven't had time to sit down and read them yet. Because I always gotta remember what's going on. So I always reread like the last few before I start on the new one.
Like
He
I
says-
said,
Mm.
these
Yeah, I
These
got
two
one of
are
each. I couldn't even
upset.
tell you which cover I got because it's the part I care about the least. I want to read the story.
No, I get it, but what I'm just trying to remind you right now, they're angry, and we're not talking about that time of the month. They're angry.
Oh, I have ideas as to why because of where the story went.
It's a good story. Okay, sorry, continue with the comments because I want to rant on this.
There you go. No, Mario says, sorry guys, I was a bit occupied with chores and didn't participate during the last stream. But did you saw the trailer for Earthspark having 2 TV specials to end it with after we thought it was canceled?
Yeah, I ranted last stream about how they have all this cool stuff from the canceled ending of the Marvel G2 comic in there, and I'm like, this was the show I didn't like. Why can't they be doing this on Cyberworld instead, which is the one I'm watching?
And something that Fear and Courage didn't mention about it is that Mirage is supposed to finally show up in it. When
Yeah,
it's
same with Hot
specials,
Rod.
if not both.
And
That's
Impactor
the only
Production
major
says,
thing
I'm
that's
that ping pong
canceled.
champion. Not a ping pong champion, but that ping pong champion specifically.
Oh, that's some fighting words right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be that might need a confirmation.
I would be nuts if he could back it up and just defeat everybody at ping pong.
Yeah, Mario says, also the Skybound comics are still really good, and I can't wait to see some more, except some good stuff from the series.
It's getting
Yeah,
better,
how
man.
often on this show? It's probably really annoying how often I tell people they're really good and they should read them.
What
But
do you
I
mean
stand
you?
by it.
What do you mean
He said-
just only you?
Well, I mean, I think I'm the one that says it the most.
No. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Yeah.
we got tape we can roll back if you don't believe
hold on,
me.
Hold on. When it comes to appearance-wise, I will give you that. But when I'm always on this show, I'll go. That's all I gotta say.
But do you
Wow.
read them or do you collect the
Yes, I
covers?
oh, come on. I do read them. That's why I want to rant on it a little bit.
No, this one for Magnus.
Mm.
Magnus, do you play Marvel Rivals?
I don't know what it is, so I'm going to say no.
It's like
It's like a co-op shooter starring Marvel characters.
And Transformers Joe says, good evening, all. Good evening, Transformers Joe. And Impactor
evening,
also
Joe.
says, hey, yo, Transformers Joe, quick question. How good is AliExpress Transformers sending? Because I want to buy a Mastermind Creations figure off of AliExpress.
Get the
And
knockoffs.
There you go. And Transformers Joe replies, I love AliExpress. I've ordered way too many bots to admit from there and had maybe 2 problems that they took care of and sent me another bit or refunded me.
Yeah, that's as solid of a review as I could.
Well, you know what? I recently, well, not recently, but I've ordered 2 bots off of AliExpress, my famous knockoffs, and I had no issues at all. The only little issue is some of the like one of the boxes got a little bit dented, which is expected, right? Nothing's gonna come 100% safe when it comes to the cardboard box, but otherwise, I had no issues with the figures.
Cool.
Did you see that post on Liberated Spin where they lit into the guy about he was trying to sell a knockoff?
No, not yet, because I,
Yeah, that wasn't me.
you know what, the internet has been wild, and because there's this one group that I'm in, and basically me and this one guy have been arguing back and forth, and it got to the point where he was trying to outsmart me, and he replied with something in a sense, because essentially my answer to him, he kept bothering me, and he's like, well, give me a direct answer, and I'm like, I have no justification to give you a direct answer. The answer I gave to him, he then Googled it and came back to me. And I'm like, now you've really shown your intelligence level. The fact you Googled that term and couldn't find me. And I'm like, that's not the actual term. Good luck, buddy. I'm like, the internet's just been wild for the last few days.
Well, we were trying to figure out
This
what
guy
6'7".
found a really, really, really cheap KO. I don't remember what figure it was. And he had it in his picture with the real box.
Okay.
Dramatic.
And this guy, when he got it, he said, "Hey, this is a cheap KO of this figure." And he said, "Well, the description says pictures are as shown." And he was trying to defend himself on Liberated.
Good luck.
And everybody ripped him
I would
apart.
have loved to have seen that.
There's an episode. Hold on. There's actually an episode on Judge Judy about that. This guy sold a picture of an Apple phone to this person.
Oh no!
Right? So the fact that he put it in, I can't remember exactly how he worded it. It was like Apple phone, picture of an Apple phone or the image of the Apple phone for sale or something like that, like some kind of weird way. So you're thinking you're buying the actual phone and you're seeing the image of it, right? So, and he said it. He goes, it's clearly stated on the site. Here's a picture of an iPhone. That's what I sold you. That's what you bought.
No, Mike, a minute ago, did you just say the term 6'7"?
Yeah.
As funny as that is, because one of our other friends, he was making this joke. He sent me this message and be like, yeah, these people are asking for this song. And I'm like, you have no idea. And I'm like, I don't listen to the new music. While we were on vacation the last 2 weeks, another guy from Canada came in about a day or two after, and everyone was looking at him. And I'm like, that's a tall dude. He looks taller than you. And it was like, how tall do you think he is? And I'm like, you know what? That's a challenge. So I went over and I stood right beside him, and I'm looking up to him. And I'm like,
shit,
exactly. And I'm like, how tall are you? And he goes, I'm 6'7". And I'm like, you've got to be joking. And he's like, yeah, my grandchildren call me up every day to ask what my height is. And I tell them I'm 6'7", and they start laughing. And I go, why are they laughing? Because of that reference. And he researched it. Essentially, some rapper somewhere made a reference of an NBA player who's 6'7", and that's the joke. That's all that it is just a reference to a basketball player. Yeah. And everyone's ran with it, and I'm like, that's it. And he's like, yeah look, it's
I got
pretty
a young
lame.
niece and nephew. I've heard plenty of that phrase, trust me.
Yeah, so I thought it was something more significant, and they're like, nope, that's all it is. It's just that lyric.
Dumb shit.
Yeah.
My son came to me and said something about 6'7". I'm like, what? I only know 5'0".
Right.
I don't know why you 5'0".
No, you don't have to blow it up unless you want to, but this picture right here, I was just going through. I was trying to find a picture of all these kids doing the Easter party. But that is my son and the little girl that he's standing with. That's who he's actually dating right now.
Oh wow. Wow.
And I was like, oh gosh, if this thing goes the distance, have I got
You
a
got
picture for the
save that
have I
photo.
got a
Yeah.
picture for the wedding?
Mhm.
You know what? You gotta play that song from Cake,
Look at
Going the
this. She's
Distance.
she's like, what are you doing?
Oh, that's cool.
I farted.
Why? Okay.
So Mario
Nothing
says
but premium content.
premium content. Today I was preparing for the
Right.
birthday of my son, 21 years old. And
Oh,
happy,
nice.
Happy
birthday
birthday?
to your son.
21. I remember when I was 21.
I remember those days. And
Fuck.
Transformers Joe says, plus the cool thing too is they have a US warehouse and ships quick. Mario mentions that I just gave him a bunch of Transformers, and also Hasbro is having a Black Friday sale over at Walmart for deluxe class figures like they did back in 2023.
Yeah.
I wish we had 2023 prices today.
I wish we had Black Friday on the Canadian side.
Yeah. No.
No.
I've seen some.
No, we have Black Friday. It's just Black Friday week of sales called Black Friday.
Yeah,
It's on a Tuesday, Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe not on a Friday, but it's called Black Friday.
Our Boxing
they're
Day is
doing a bunch
way
of-
better.
I've seen images of it. They're going to be doing these shrink-wrapped 2-packs of recent deluxes for like a deep discount, which is good. I sure wish they
Yeah.
had that over here, but
Shiba Kobe in the house. Says back from super duper ultra mega Costco run. I got Beachcomber on sale, the classic one, the other day, $28 instead of $35.
you
What?
mean this one, like the legacy
Where?
guy?
Yeah, hold on, but where? At Costco for $28?
You know, I've never seen a
Doesn't surprise me. It
Transformer
just got reissued.
anytime I go into Costco. Although I'm never usually checking the toy aisle, but I've never seen Transformers there.
Me
So
either.
it must be a West End thing.
Yep.
Remember, but Aldi's in my area, they had one of the waves of Earthrise. I want to say the first wave, whatever wave RC was in.
I'd believe that.
Earthrise they had at Aldi's around here.
No, Impactor says, I love Judge Judy and is throwing up some fishes. No 6-7.
Oh, six. Oh, yeah, gosh, you know what? If you're not about that and your impactor's age and you're just in the middle of it, that must be pretty bad.
Yeah. Transformers Joe is laughing about it. Mario says, also we got some teases from Takara of some Studio Series stuff with them doing on December 4th and 6th at a convention at Brazil.
Yeah, they're doing a Transformers 1 Orion Pax instead of Optimus, so probably just retooling the guy they already did, and a Transformers Devastation, the video game Bumblebee, presumably to go with the Optimus and the other troops they've already done.
They gotta do a Devastation Part 2.
Everybody wants that. Everybody. But where are the rights? Who knows?
Shiba
Well, if
Kobe
they don't do it, I'll give them a right and a left.
There you go. Shiba Kobe says, wait, not Beachcomber, Sea Spray. Why did
That
I
makes a
say
little more sense.
Beachcomber? I think Shiba
Well, you know.
Kobe's having those dreams again.
Beaches, oceans.
Mhm.
There's a connection.
Yep.
All right.
Transformers Joe says, I'm almost done putting together my $5 Blokey Classic I got at Wally World.
Oh, which character?
The hell's a Wally wear?
That's what they call
Walmart.
Walmart sometimes, instead of just saying Walmart.
Oh, okay. We call it No Mart because there's like hardly any Transformers in there.
Who's we?
You're gonna say one of these days, don't worry, and then you're gonna be part of the collective.
Wee.
It's the video of Uncle Phil everybody likes to post. They're like, we. We.
You see? You just said we.
Well, to throw in some comments within that the lull in the conversation, TFCon 2026 for Toronto, news is out that they're opening up the hotel bookings. So anyone coming up, which I know Magnus has looked into it, but I think either there's issues with the website because I've seen some people in the comments saying a few things, but the hotel for TFCon 2026. TFK. The last fallen night. Yeah, hotel bookings are available now. And then also a friend of ours that is kind of I guess you would almost say the hidden source of putting us all together doing this. He's having his first Comic-Con type convention, and that is on January 31st at the Asian Cultural Arts Center. So I don't have all the details with me because I just found this out a few days ago, but talks are happening in the background, so we'll see what's how we're going to connect with him on that for the future. So we will have more details in the next few weeks.
Yeah, so my niece, who lives in Willoughby, is that what it's called? Willoughby, Ohio, which is like 4 hours away from Toronto,
Okay.
is getting married on the 18th of July.
The week after.
Yeah, so I'm going to be coming up there for TFCon. I'm going to come back home, and then I'm almost going back for her wedding.
Isn't that how it always works out?
Yeah. I was really hoping they were going to be on the same weekend.
It's okay.
A lot of traveling for those next 2 weeks.
Yeah. So here is what wait. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Here is what Anthony was talking about earlier.
No, I said a lot of things. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so that's for 2-liter class figures. I can't figure out if that's good money for that or not because I don't know.
$50 each.
Yeah.
Or sorry,
American
$60
dollars
each. Yeah, I know. That's like $6,000 bazillion dollars here in Canada, but still.
Correct.
Holy crow. It's a nice box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Have you not seen the other one, Orlotti?
No, I've been so busy at work. I haven't had really time to scavenge.
he's gonna
around.
go get it, obviously.
Yeah. What does he
Yeah,
have?
you all a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. I pawed at the screen jealously because it's a little white whale of mine. Yeah, the one that is for
Shit.
snarl and slag.
Okay, so I actually saw that box about a couple of weeks ago, and it was on sale. I was debating if I should get that or not because I didn't know those were actual Transformers or those were those blocky ones, whatever that you put together.
No, to be
They're
clear
the
though, and
G2s.
it's weirdly deceptive. I mean, they don't show you what they look like on the box. Those are the G2 versions. So that is red snarl and green slag because they're modeled after their Generation 2 colors.
Oh, I get that, but again, I didn't know there were actual. Yes, I know they're Transformers, but I don't know they actually transformed. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I should get this or not. I was like, what the heck? And it was on sale too on Game.
Stop.
Thank you.
I think it's called.
I had to stop and
Games
think
again
about that
now.
for a second.
And this is the snarl and slag.
Oh, and then mentioning GameStop, and I know there's news out of the Toys R Us on the Canadian side. They're shutting some more stores down.
Yeah, I tell you, we were going Christmas shopping like last weekend, and we were like, okay, we need XYZ, so we'll go to the Toys R Us in the Markville Mall because that one's still open. Reader, it was not open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Business slowing down on this side.
Yeah, I mean,
Everywhere.
it was kind of a flex that we got to keep that store, whereas after the American ones shut down. But they're kind of dying a little slow death here, and
We got
I can
one.
tell.
I haven't got to it yet, but we got one in Evansville now.
Oh,
reopened
but is it good though?
They reopened. I was told that it was, so I'm going to go check it out probably next weekend.
Now,
Because
is
here's
it
a problem.
a standalone or is it inside of another store?
It's in the mall. It's in the mall.
But as its own store, though, in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know when they were shutting them down before, they were like whatever store they were reopening them in a store, like they weren't their own store, on the U.S. side.
Because
Nemesis is coming back out. For
Nemesis
those
the
of you who
Titan.
missed it. Oh, really?
You know what they got to do with Toys R Us? I think it's just too big of a store. They gotta like cut it down.
No, I'll tell you exactly what the issue is, because I was in the one in Whitby like a couple months ago, because I happened to be nearby, and I was like, let's see what it looks like now. All of their Transformers, like their mainline ones, their Deluxes, their Voyagers, etc., were all like $5 more than like every other location, like Walmart, GameStop, everything else.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was a good selection of stuff, but I was like, I don't want to pay that extra money.
And they're
Why
paying
would
that
I-
extra money because they have a lot of square footage.
Yeah,
They cut down that square footage. Maybe they'll save a little bit on that rent money, and hopefully that savings gets passed down to the products. Because the one in Von Mills, majority of it is all baby stuff, right? But it's I just find these stores are just mega big, and just cut down and have like the stuff that people are buying instead of having too many things in there.
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean,
the days of stores, brick and mortar, and then just box stores and oversized stores, like that's a dinosaur type of business model.
GameStop's right now pretty good about it. Their stores are small, but they always tend to have the new things when they come out. So whatever
that's
they're
it.
doing is correct.
But that's the thing;
Yeah.
their stores are small. I
Smaller.
mean, you could fit 20 GameStops inside of a Toys R Us. So imagine what Toys R Us is paying for that space.
But I was gonna say the only downside of them having such a small size store is they get the new stuff, but they'll get one or two, and then once it's gone, they don't restock. That's kind of been my observation. So that's the trade off of it being such a small store space.
Well, it goes back to what, remember Calvin? It goes back to all those guys in the background, taking all the good stuff first and then selling it, like buying it and then selling it to their buddies.
And I believe that GameStop seems like the kind of environment where that would happen a lot more than like Walmart or something.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's a cultural thing, because when you look at the Walmart on our side of the border to that side of the border, if you go in some of our Walmarts, some of the staff will be like, I have no idea what a transformer is. I have no, in a sense, you would know that those staff are not on the scalping end. Whereas like in some other locations, say on the US side, you're like, no, that guy's a scalper. He's pocketing the stock even before it hits the shelf.
Hold on, Spin. You actually found employees at a Walmart?
Careful. Careful.
Every time that I've gone to a Walmart, I only see maybe a handful of employees directing me to the self checkout area, and to me, I'm like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, but of the 4 people who work in the Walmart, maybe they are also working in a Tim Hortons. That's as far as I'm going with that conversation.
Hold on. I wasn't even going in that direction. I'm just saying you actually found staff.
And as you said that, I'm thinking of the Next Generation, that episode where Will works on an experiment and everyone warps into the different time frame, but Beverly Crusher is still in the old time frame, and then she asks the ship, and it's like, well, how many people are usually on the ship? And it's like, well, 5,000. How many people run it? 1,200. Why am I the only person on the ship? Computer couldn't answer it.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of ships and everything, I really want to talk about this stuff here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
Why isn't Hasbro not pumping this story online? Why they're not creating a new? I know they're supposed to be coming out with some new Transformer, what's called animated for adults, whatever cases. But why they're not taking this story and put it a live action to it? Not sorry, animated or live, whatever cases. These stories are freaking awesome, man. You know what? I'm literally reading this book, and I can't put it down. Like I go back and read the other comics, and I come back to my new ones, and I go back and forth and all that. And I kid you not, if they were introducing tow lines to this, I'd be like, I've said this so many times. Like, Skybound creators, I'm telling you, thank you so much for doing this, because you actually brought that 2010 G1 excitement. Sorry, 2010 generation Transformer excitement back into me again. I'm telling you, man. Like, if you haven't read any of these comic books, you're dumb. Yeah, I said it. You're dumb. Okay, if you're a Transformer fan and you haven't got any of these comic books, okay, you're dumb. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm repeating myself 20 billion times already. I've said this. Anthony has even said this as well too. Okay, get these comic books. Get these comic books and actually make a series out of them on like cartoons or live or whatever, even a video game version of it. I will buy it. Get the figures out. I will buy it. Magnus himself has sent me the link to the Optimus Price that has the Megatron arm. I'm buying it. Here's
Right
my
there
money.
behind me.
There you go. Here's my money. Take it.
So,
Why aren't
to
you
be
not doing
clear,
this?
to be clear, that
Yes,
show
be
that
clear.
they're going to be doing, it is an adaptation of Skybound, so that is
Is
going
it?
to be happening. Yeah,
Our royalties.
yeah.
How long
For-
have I been saying this? Are you sure?
Yeah,
I haven't
it's going to
heard
be
any
called.
news
They're
on
calling it. It's called Energon Universe at the moment, and they say that, and they're adapting, the Skybound stuff.
So you made me go on
and-
those rents for nothing?
Yeah, I just felt like you needed to get it out of your system.
But I know, but I've been saying this for how long now, right? Like every
Yeah.
time I'm picking up one of these issues, well, actually, I've been picking up, multiple comic book of the one issue, right? It's like I'm so intrigued. It's such a great story. And now, okay, if Anthony's confirming this,
Yes.
thank goodness.
And they are making the figures because they did the Void Rivals set. They're doing the Optimus. More will presumably be coming. The thing is, the pipeline for this stuff is pretty slow. It takes them several years to get these things up and running. And nobody at the start of this thing knew the comics were going to be a success. So even if they started it right away, it would have taken them until now anyway for them to start to see this stuff filter out.
But if you notice, I don't know. Okay, I'm sure you guys noticed this, but to our viewers, this is how Transformers first started. If you really think about it, it started with the comic books. It
Yeah.
started building the whole stories about Transformers, the lore, the characters, their names, and all that kind of stuff. The story, their backgrounds and everything. And then finally, they were able to push the figures out. And look what happened back in '84 and '85 when all those figures came out. I know some of you guys may not remember, but it was like such a big thing and made the news. Especially when Christmas came around,
Yeah.
all the hot toys that were coming out. All you saw right away is Transformers, and then Nintendo or something like that or whatever, right? But this is genius, man. Like if they're redoing this again, thank you.
Cyber World, the TV show, is doing that very well right now. The YouTube show that I've been talking about. Like
Right.
here's Grimlock again. All of the figures that are in the line, they're on the show and they're synced up really well. Like 3 episodes ago, Optimus and Bumblebee got upgrades, and I know for a fact those upgrades are their Wave 2 figures that are going to be coming out soon. So they're very much doing the 1984 thing where the show and the figures are very synced up. So that's a thing that exists. That's a thing that's being done.
Okay, here's my question. Are you excited?
Yeah, I want to see where it goes. I said I haven't been watching Earthspark, but I've been watching Cyberworld because the episodes are only 5 minutes and they put out one a week. It's nice and easy.
And that's the key thing right there. It's you're excited. I'm excited now since you mentioned. Basically, you're confirming that Energon is going to be Energon Universe is going to be that whole animated stuff is going to be based on the comic books. I'm super excited now.
Well, it might take a while still, because they're making a pilot. They got to shop it around. Somebody's got to pick it up. They got to turn it into a series.
They gotta
production.
talk. I know, you know what, but the two platforms they really gotta talk to is either YouTube or Netflix. Forget about any TV cable production because who
That's
watches TV anymore?
that's a
You know,
dinosaur. Yeah, that's a
I'm
dinosaur.
gonna let me find that for Transformer Joe because Cyberworld is just up on YouTube, legitimately. Like they just post it there. But I'm gonna get them a link
We got
because
more
they'll.
people in here. We got more people in here than this one.
Hmm.
Any of you all know who this goes to?
Me.
It's some sort of sword. That's a 5 millimeter peg there, so it obviously can clip on.
It's only painted on one side.
Who
Yeah,
cares? Who cares swords? It would be either Dinobots, Drift.
Thor,
No.
Conan the
no.
Barbarian,
Oh yeah. Is that
Li-
from a Transformer?
Lionel.
Maybe it's from a Cyberverse toy. Promising. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it
sure
wouldn't
it's not
surprise
from
me.
RID 2015.
Like just looking at the design of it, it doesn't feel like it's from either Legacy or from Studio Series because nothing in there looks like that. Feels if it would not shock me if it's one of the TV show lines.
Even if they put it like on Disney Plus or whatever cases, right? Like, but they got to put it on one of those platforms because nobody watches TV anymore. In a sense of, remember when Transformer Prime was out? What was it on again?
The hub.
The hub.
Yeah, the hub. Where's that now? Thank you. It's
Okay,
gone.
so I'm just gonna. Oh, how do I? Wait, let me go on YouTube. I'm gonna post a link to all of the Cyberworld episodes that are out right now.
And if put it this way, if I was Hasbro, I will have those links on their website.
Hmm.
Yeah, they probably do.
All right, I'm gonna hear you guys in stereo for a second. On their website. There you go. How do I?
On their
how do I add a
website,
comment?
site.
Stereo.
Transformers. This Saturday at 1 p.m.
Large transforming robots at the Coliseum this Sunday.
And they're in disguise.
We'll fill you the whole seat, but you only need the edge.
Why is it that us old guys we're the only one laughing? These young guys they're like, what? 6, 7?
There, I just tried to post it. I don't know why it's not showing up on your end.
Well, I think that's a setting thing somewhere. You know what? Send it into private thing, and then I can put it out there.
Okay.
Private chat. Call 1-800. Children of Primus for private chat. Where you can talk to hot bots.
There we go. There is the link for
Yeah.
the YouTube
So that
playlist.
is a playlist of most of the episodes. Episodes 16 and 17 just came out a couple of days ago. They're not on the playlist here yet, but that's the first 15 episodes.
Okay, are we gonna get copyrighted by YouTube by posting their link?
Oh gosh, no.
Why? We're not showing them.
I don't know, man.
And
Freaking
if
YouTube
anything,
come up with these
we're giving them
stupid
free
rules.
advertising.
I know, but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Fucking
So,
YouTube.
like, it's not Shakespeare, but I found it to be a surprisingly engaging TV show. I'm keeping up with it. The fact that like every episode's just a little 5-minute short certainly helps. It doesn't have any time to drag, you know. It's a little serialized thing. The premise, of course, is that all of these Transformers have been teleported onto this strange planet with all these like obstacles and challenges to help them get energon, and they're forming alliances and they're trying to figure out how to get off the planet. It's pretty solid.
So it's the Beyonder Battle World kind of episode?
You know what? That's a good comparison. It is a little bit like the Battle World and that Secret Wars type business. We don't know who's put them there and why. There's been a couple of like tiny little hints in the background. They're obviously going to unfold it slowly, but they don't know why they're there. They have a little bit of amnesia about why they're there, or at least Optimus does. You know, he's our point of view at first. Because he arrives late. Everybody else has been there a little while, and he's got to figure it out as they go.
That would be cool. A Transformers series or episode, kind of loosely based off of
Well, Avengers Doomsday, that's coming out shortly.
no,
But it's
this
based
is
on Secret Wars, the old comic book, which I do have. That's where Spider-Man gets his black suit.
I know Secret Wars because the Spider-Man animated series in the '90s did an adaptation of it. That's how I know about it.
the Truman Show. That's what I was trying to think of.
The Truman Show is a Transformers thing.
No. Imagine a Transformers series or episode based off of the Truman Show.
Alrighty then.
Laserbeak has been watching someone his entire life. They got to pick a series that Laserbeak has never appeared on, and then that's where he was the whole time, watching one particular robot.
That's funny.
Who would be that one robot? I will say it'd be Hot Rod.
I would say Red Alert.
It would be funny if it was somebody like Skids or something who was barely on the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That would work.
Kids. They should do like we should do like a spoof. Where are they now, or what happened?
Oh, Impactor mentions Whirl. Whirl and Roadbuster would also be good characters to run that with.
Yeah, they didn't appear at all.
Exactly. Or the jump starters.
Yeah. Whirl and Roadbuster didn't appear because they were copyright issues. Jumpstarters, they just didn't bother putting them on the show, so they could have done that easily. So they're the more interesting one.
We should do a list of like Transformers that came out in 1984-85 era that did not at all make it in the TV show.
Easy. I could write that down like right now.
Deluxe Transformers.
Don't show off.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's not a
no,
lot
I'm
of them.
serious. No, but I'm serious. Like we should actually do an episode like that,
Yeah.
and then
there
come
are
up with some
reasons for
crazy
some of them.
theories. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, there are real-world reasons why some of them didn't appear, though some of them are, like, mysterious. Like, why didn't Hubcap appear? Nobody knows that.
Funny you
He had a
said that.
character profile and
I was
everything.
just going to say Hubcap, and the funny thing is, decades later, so many people will be like, "Oh, I don't remember that character from G1," and I'm like, that character, the toy existed from, it came out in like 87, 88. It's G1, but it didn't appear in the cartoon or the comics for whatever reason.
Yeah. So, Roadbuster, Whirl, and the 4 Deluxe Insecticons, those guys weren't on
Yeah.
the show because they were molds that were licensed from robot toy lines that were still active in Japan. So the toys didn't come out in Japan. And then the Takara side of the production didn't want them on the show because they're like, we're not going to advertise our rivals' products on our show.
Were they from Bandai?
I think it was Bandai. I just didn't want to say that because I'm not 100% sure.
Right.
I know what the toy lines were called. Roadbuster and Whirl were from a toy line called Dorvac, and the 4 Deluxe Insecticons were from a toy line called Beatras. But I don't know. Yeah, Beetras.
We beat that ash.
Yeah, but it was the same situation with Jetfire. I know he was a Bandai guy.
Yes.
That toy didn't come out in Japan because of Macross. But Hasbro was like, look, he's huge and expensive. We have to sell him. And that's why they changed his name and appearance so radically for the cartoon. Because they were like, it's close enough.
I wonder what the backstory is for Buzzsaw then. Because, he did, or he or she did appear in 2 episodes, but that's it. It's almost like no reference.
We know that because of the story, like the writer's Bible. They said you don't bother advertising Buzzsaw because he comes with Soundwave, and we're already advertising Soundwave. A lot of these had like really weird, mundane reasons.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll, a verbal poll. Which Jetfire or Skyfire model, right? Which one do people prefer the most? Would you rather see like the Jetfire figure that we bought, like that kind of, drawing in the original cartoon series and call Jetfire, or do you prefer Skyfire and that name and that particular model versus the Jetfire, the toy that we bought? So it'd be Jetfire
I do
versus
like the design of the
Skyfire.
toy better myself out of the two. I just think it looks sleeker.
Yeah, I think I'm more for the
I
toy.
used them as Cybertron mode and Earth mode.
That does make sense.
I'm sorry, Saddam, what were you saying?
Yeah.
I know I was thinking about it earlier today or yesterday. I like the classics, Jetfire, Skyfire for the Macross style, and then the Siege for the cartoon style. Because I like, even though it's like a much smaller figure, it's about leader class size. The classics, Jetfire, Skyfire, I love that figure just because, I mean, it has sentimental value for me. Because I helped that comic shop like identify like the 3 or 4 big tubs of Transformers a few Christmases ago. And I got that one for cheap from helping them identify stuff in that tub. I don't think I had. Yeah, that was my first Jetfire. I think I don't think I ever had a version of them as a kid. I had a little Cybertron version of Skyfire, Jetfire that was like a green jet from that was it Unicron trilogy, but I never had a version of G1 Skyfire until that one that I got from that comic shop from helping them identify, and I got toy hacks and everything.
Yeah, I've never had the G1 one as well because he was a harder figure to track down. Transformers Joe says G1 Jetfire to Macross looking one is what he prefers.
I will say
I'm gonna be right back. I just have to move my vehicle.
He had Jetfire and he had the full set of Constructicon, the G1 colors. So I did get to handle original Jetfire as a kid. For me, for the Constructicons, I think I had Scrapper and Mixmaster, but like the G2, so the yellow versions of them.
I personally like Jetfire the name, period. I hate seeing Skyfire. I just don't like it. I actually agree with Magnus. I'd rather have the Skyfire jet mode as a Cybertronian. But I do prefer the Jetfire. The Jetfire Micron. If there were, like, if he came onto Earth and he had to reformat into an Earth plane. But Jetfire all the way name and also the what's called the look, the overall look and everything. That's my opinion. I'll shoot that over to our viewers and then our future viewers that watch this video.
That is
Post your
correct.
comments and let us know what you guys think.
Which I know we'll be wrapping up soon, but we'll wrap up once Fear comes back on the screen. We don't want to end with him outside moving his car.
Oh, you might get a ticket.
Yeah. Ticket bandits.
There you go.
This is one of the cleanest ones that I have.
Nice.
Hold on, is that a original G1 or is that a knockoff?
Yeah. No, this is a real.
Okay.
No, that is super clean.
Yeah. Mine has some yellows already on it. On some of the plastic.
I never call any of my figures Skyfire. They're all Jetfire.
Yeah.
From Transformers Joe. Yep.
Said Joe. I like Joe.
Just be careful, go down that road of the Rumble Frenzy conversations.
Oh my goodness.
ChatGPT couldn't handle that one.
I don't understand why they, like, again, the comic books came out first. The drawings, the colors, the names, everything was there. Like, why did they reverse it?
But, it's one of those things, because, I didn't even know about the comic books until maybe the year or two later. So the earlier issues I completely missed. So my introduction was the toys. So I've always gone with Rumble being red. So seeing him called the reverse in the cartoon, I always questioned why did that happen, but we didn't have the resources back then to study up on that.
Yeah, but hold on. Did you get the toys first before you saw the cartoon, or did you get the toys because of the cartoons?
It's about the same time because I mean at that time the cartoon and the toys they were all out. So in a sense, what I didn't have a friend like I think I had Soundwave, but then a friend had Rumble and Frenzy, and and then in grade 5 and 6, a bunch of us would be like trading toys and stuff. But I remember seeing the cassettes in the store, where it was marked as Rumble and Frenzy. So I think I probably saw the toys before the cartoon, but that might have been like a couple weeks difference back then.
So I'm gonna post that question to our G1ers that are out there. Okay. Sorry, you young folks. So the question to you guys is this: did you buy your Transformers because you saw the toy first, or did you buy your Transformers after watching the cartoon? I bought my Transformers after watching the cartoons. When I saw the cartoons, like, holy crow, man, what is this? This is freaking awesome. And then when I saw the towers after, I was like,
I think Anthony's mic's muted, but I remember having Bumblebee before the cartoon. So I think someone I remember at like a church or an event, and this was probably late '83. He had Bumblebee, but I mean again, it was just a little transforming yellow car because we didn't know of Transformers yet.
okay, but did you see the? I guess the micro Transformers. Did you see those first before you saw the deluxe?
Wait, deluxe.
Oh, when I say deluxe, like the bigger figures.
Let me think. Well, I do remember seeing Bumblebee. The bigger ones, I think, when they're like the Optimus and Megatron, so I guess the quote unquote deluxe, those I started seeing after or during when the cartoon came out. But I do remember seeing the Bumblebee well before. Because, I mean, it's just almost like, what's his name? Browning, the one gun that Megatron came from. Whereas, like, I remember owning that one, I think, around 82, 83.
Because I remember the micro Transformers, right? They came out first, like Bronze, Cliff Jumper, Bumblebee. And you know where I saw them? Remember the Half Price store?
No.
Yeah, we had a store back in the days called Half Price Store. That's
Okay.
where I saw them. Is everybody else mic on mute, or they're just being quiet and listening to us talk?
I'm just
I'm just
listening to
listening
you.
to y'all talk.
Okay, you
I'm gonna
guys
say,
are allowed to jump in.
Yeah,
Hey, Spin,
I'm a
bring that
G2
picture
guy.
up for Transformers Joe.
Yeah, I'm a G2 kid, but I was watching the show well before getting any of the figures, and I got them because of the show. So, sort of my experience.
Which Transformer Joe said, I watched the cartoon first. We lived in the country and didn't go to the city. So I saw the commercials for the toys and went nuts.
Oh fuck, we all did, man.
In terms of G1 characters for me, it was mainly toys first because I know I had the double dealer as a little kid. Some of
It's a
the
lovely Jetfire.
Action Master Pacific characters,
That's sealed.
and some of the Pretenders of the Pretender classics of like the Starscream, Grimlock, Jazz, Bumblebee.
Well, let me
Otherwise, I was more G2.
zoom in on it, but
Okay, who? Is that yours, Magnus?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's never been opened.
Nice.
Still has the Lanes, which was the name of a department store here in southern Indiana. The Lanes tag on it that says $17.99.
Shit, what's that white stuff called again?
Styrofoam?
Thank you. You still got the styrofoam. I missed that.
In
Maybe
some of the
Mr. Speak.
Transformers groups, if Magnus were to post that picture, it starts all sorts of arguments because there are people that I mean, essentially they're taking like certain knockoffs and then trying to pawn it off, and it's always these posts of just like, went to my parents' house and found my whole collection of G1s that I never opened in the last 30 years, and I'm like, yeah, those are all KOs. They're not you didn't buy like all the entire series back in '84 and then forgot them in your parents' attic. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the box is too pristine, I gotta look it over real good, real good, because I cared for my shit, and my Megatron box is beat to piss. My Optimus Prime box, the whole end of it's gone, doesn't exist anymore.
Think about it. As kids, who thought about keeping the box in pristine
Exactly.
and buying, you know,
No bootlegger has ever been smart enough to try and bang up that box a little bit.
like everybody cut what's called the strength. Um,
The tech spec.
Thank you. I can't even think today, man. All the tech specs with with a red what's called thing that you put on top of it, so you can see what power level that they have.
Oh,
All
the
of those
decoder.
guys, yeah, I cut mine.
I still
So-
have a handful of the decoders.
See,
So I opened this guy this week because I don't have one open. This Run Amok.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, I ripped. Oh shit! I just dropped it. So I ripped him out of the box so I could have him on the shelf up there beside the other one, and this is
Oh.
inside the box.
oh wow,
Nice.
It's taped inside the box, and I don't know. There's nothing on the box that you can use this for.
That's weird.
But yeah, it come with a little tech spec reader.
take it.
Some of the Earthrise figures, I can't remember which, had little maps or
Yeah.
instructions, and you could read the locations or something.
Yeah, they had this thing where they came with a star map of some kind, and you hold that up and look at things on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it might have been like on the cardboard insert might have been decorated with the maps on it, maybe if I remember correctly, or like the size of the box, something like that. So it'd be very easy to throw away and not sync anything up.
I like that.
I did throw it away, so there's part of it.
Yeah, well,
Oh, wait,
free
there we
tech
go.
specs reader.
Mm-hmm. Well, gonna round out end this session of Teletran 2. But before we end it, Fair Courage, what do you have coming up for future reviews?
I just put it in my bag. Let me just pull it out here. Like I said, I just finished my photos of Studio Series Transformers 1, Elita 1. Most of the reviews
Traitor.
written. This will be out on Friday. What does that make me a traitor?
No, her.
How? Is this a Skybound thing?
Yeah, no spoilers.
No, I'm spoiling. Get the comic book.
Yeah.
She's a traitor.
Yeah. After that, I'll do the Starscream. I just happened to grab Elita 1 first, so I was like, that's the first one I do reviews of.
Well, two traitors.
And Cyberworld Grimlock has already been reviewed over there. Childrenofprimus.com under news and reviews.
Not a
That's
traitor.
what I'm working on.
He just punch you in the face if he doesn't like you.
It's
And,
funny because there's
that's it.
some stuff on this show, but you should watch it to find out why. But this Grimlock is perhaps not as loyal as some other previous versions.
Nice.
Oh, Grimlock's
Watch the show.
bounces sides every now and then.
Yeah.
It's funny, all three of them. Starscream constantly bounces sides.
Speaking of bouncing sides, there's a feature
Go ahead.
that bounces sides on Scabon comic book series.
Oh,
400 subs.
400
You're
subs
welcome.
for Impactor.
Way
Yes.
to go, Impact.
And
I made a post.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You made a post?
I made a post to get my buddy over 400.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh, excellent.
And Transformers Joel says, you guys are going to force me to get a tablet. This dang phone keyboard keeps getting smaller. On that note, so we're going to round up the evening. So I always thank you guys
Reminder.
in the comments.
Reminder, guys, get me addresses.
I can do that right now.
I said, did I send you my address?
Yes, but like I
Well-
said, I'm going to send them all to one of you.
Yeah, me. You got my address
After
already.
Thanksgiving, we get a postal break. Everything on Pirate Ship is going to drop, and that's when I'm going to mail them. I'll mail them to one of you, and they'll be bagged up separately with y'all's names on them. Everything, and then sent me something in Messenger.
Cool.
Awesome. Before we round off or sign off or whatever we do, remember, like, share, post, hit the smash that button, like button, notification. do all that 6'7", whatever it is, 5'0", do all that shit. Okay, and yeah, thanks.
And thank you.
No, thank
We now return you to the Children of Primus.